there is a major silent killer killing your success with women. I want to tell you what that is here in this video. I'm going to break it down because there's 3 parts to it. And it's maybe to no surprise to you, the silent killer to your success with women is you. It's you getting in your own way. And I'm going to talk about the 3 ways that you get in your own way, okay? And these are the biggest issues I see guys that really hold them back from their success. I'm going to talk about what they are and also how to remove them and how to get them out of your way so that you can have success with women as soon as possible, as fast as possible, once you get rid of these 3 silent killers. Now, the first of the 3 silent killers is fear, okay? We all know about fear, and fear is something that we come up with in our own minds to make things a bigger deal than it may be, and we hold ourselves back from taking action in the first place, okay? I have a quote that I wrote down in my phone that I wrote in the middle of the night last night, which I'll refer to later in this video, is that fear is a greater excuse to do something than it is to not do something. And what I meant by that is that, so many times we want to approach a woman, we want to, maybe indicate our interest or move things forward or whatever, but we're afraid to do it because we're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of what other people will think. We're afraid of success as well. We have this fear and this discomfort, so we don't wind up going for something. But I'll tell you what, there's 2 things to fear that, when with using it to your advantage, that I want to cover here right now. The first thing is when something makes you that scared or nervous to do, it's a great indication that that's a point of massive growth for you. If you find something that you want to do, but you're really terrified to do it, and you actually can face it and get out on the other side and see that you're still alive, which you're going to be, no woman's going to kill you for approaching her or telling her that you're interested in her, even if you get rejected or whatnot, it's not going to kill you. So once you can go through that, and you can even succeed, which you will succeed a lot as well too. Once you can go through that and face your fears, the massive amount of growth that you will get is so worth it. It's a lesson I learned very early in my journey of developing myself, was that the things that made me really uncomfortable and really nervous, those are the things I had to attack and face, because once I faced them on the other side, the most massive points of growth were there. Okay, so fear is a good indication that you should do something. Another point to this, and that I was thinking about a lot last night, that's why I made this video, is that the real failure isn't being unsuccessful. It's not trying in the first place, okay? If you, approach a woman, you're working on yourself, you put yourself out there socially, whatever, you get rejected, this and that, all that type of stuff. The real failure is not trying. What I mean by that is there's a bigger fear at play here. And the bigger fear at play is that, think about this for a second. If you're at the end of your life and you never got to experience what you wanted, you never got the results that you knew you could have and lived up to your potential, and you never actually went after the things that you really had, and all your dreams kind of die with you, that is the scariest thing of all, okay? Those are some of the biggest fears that I have in my life. That fear of being at the end of your life and not really living up to your potential and not experiencing the things that you want to experience. The fear of that should motivate you way more than a little bit of discomfort of maybe one rejection or other people seeing you or whatever it may be that you're so afraid of. You have to use fear to your advantage, and you have to turn it around and say, if I don't do this now, when am I going to do it? If I don't try to fulfill my potential, will I ever fulfill it, right? Will I ever get to experience and taste that life and that success and be with the kind of woman that I really know I deserve and that I want? Will I ever have that in my life if I let fear get in my way? And think about it, man. Look, we don't know how long we're going to be here. It could be shorter or longer than usual. That is what it is. In a very stoic way, we have to use death and fear of dying without fulfilling our goals as a motivator for us to take action. There's tons of quotes on that where they talk about how death is one of our biggest blessings, right? Because knowing that we're only here for a certain amount of time, we have to make the most of it. And I'll tell you what, you could have this discomfort and all this stuff and keep backing down from it and build a habit of backing down from fear, or you could start to build a habit of chasing fear and seeing where those points are and going for things and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And I'm telling you, you'll have massive growth. You will change your entire life. I can't recommend it high enough. The second way that we kill our success, we get get in our own way. Okay, we have to remove ourselves out of our own way. Okay, and one of the main ways that we do it is excuses. Now, even here on my YouTube channel, I get the comments all the time. The excuses. Oh yeah, I'm not good looking enough, or I tried once, it didn't work, or I'm not tall enough, or this or that. So many excuses. Listen, back to like I was mentioning in the first point, you can either, at the end of your life, you can either have tried, you can either have the success you want, or you could have your excuses and never went for what you want. You know, the excuses are exclusive to you. For every size, shape, height, ailment, whatever. I mean, I've taught guys with deformities. I've taught guys who are way under average height. I've taught guys who are overweight. I've taught them from every age, every race, you name it. There's been someone who's been successful who has your excuse. Okay, you know, look at the old pictures of me. I was fat. I had a ton of anxiety. I never drank. I still never do, and I never wanted to go to a bar. I hated bars. I was very uncomfortable there. Had tons of fear. All this other stuff. That's great. Okay, that's great. Nobody cares about your excuses. Okay, people comment on my videos and give me their excuses. I care about you guys. That's why I'm filming videos to help you, right? But at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. You have to go for what you want in your life. No one is going to let your excuse give you any other reason. You know, for example, I've been working out. I've been getting in really good shape. Now my goal is to get back into my best shape ever. And I've been doing really well, but I've had to do so much damn work. I've had to measure my food on a food scale for the last 6 months. And my fat loss has progressed so slowly. While I know people who can eat whatever they want and they have a good metabolism and they're lean. Nobody gives a shit what you have to do. Nobody gives a shit about your excuse. You have to do whatever it takes if you want to have that success. And if you don't want to have that success, you can have your excuses, man. And you can go and sit on the couch with your excuses and never make anything happen. The choice is up to you. But at the end of the day, you want a certain quality of your life. You want to have a certain experience. You want a certain quality of people and women in your life. That's why you're watching this video. And you can't get it if you let the excuses get in your way, man. We all have them. You have to accept them, and you have to make the best with what you have, because everybody, okay, and every single excuse that you have, there is somebody who made it happen despite your excuse, okay? So excuses are success. You have to make a choice and get out of your own way so that you can succeed. And the last of my 3 silent killers that kill your success with women is knowledge, okay? And knowledge is a double-edged sword. There's knowledge as far as not having enough knowledge and not having the proper knowledge. And there's also the other side of the sword, which is wanting too much knowledge, okay? I've seen some guys that, and this was me when I first started, I figured, I wasn't ready yet. I need to know more. I need to know more. So I kept watching videos. I kept reading books. You know, I was like, I got to have more. There's got to be some more magic bullets or little golden nuggets or something out there. And I kept searching for more and more and more and more and more knowledge. And me thinking I wasn't good enough and I needed more knowledge actually hindered my success. So that's the first thing to be careful and to look out for. And the second is not having any knowledge and not knowing what to do, right? You know, a lot of guys are like, well, I run out of things to say, or I don't know what to say to approach women. I have all this stuff here on my YouTube channel. You can go and check it out. And if you have any specific questions on what to say or what to do, that's what I do here in this video. I'll give you that knowledge, all right? And another issue with knowledge is getting it from the wrong people. You know, I teach this stuff because I've been doing it for 13 years, and I also still do it. I did it last weekend. I'm going out. I'm doing it this weekend. I'm active in this stuff, and I'm actually doing and practicing what I preach. I'm teaching it to students currently. I have active students. I've been teaching it for years. I have reference experience, and I'm teaching you things that I know work and are practical and work nowadays, not that worked from a book 15 years ago, okay? You know, you have people who are married and haven't approached a woman in 10 years and they're still trying to be dating coaches, okay? You got to be careful who you get your knowledge from as well, too. Or you want to get the proper knowledge that's going to fit you and fit the situation, and get it from someone who is able to get the type of results that you want. So that's huge. So getting the right knowledge, but like I also said, not thinking that you need too much knowledge, because that is also you having a lack of confidence in yourself and you getting in your own way. Basically, man, the biggest thing that I see, okay, you need some fundamental skills, you know, what to say, how to approach, what to follow up after. You know, you want to work on your presentation, your vibe, your look, all these types of things. You want to, you know, cover all those foundational elements. But besides that, the biggest things that are getting in your way: fear and your discomfort, your unwillingness to confront your discomfort in your life, your excuse of that, oh, maybe it's easier for this person, or maybe this city is hard, or maybe girls don't want to meet guys in person. I had a guy just comment on my Facebook post, oh, girls get a lot of attention online, and they don't want to meet a guy in person, and also I'm too old. The kid was younger than me, number one. Okay, he was a year younger than me, and I've been going out still every week and meeting girls in person, and they love to meet me. Okay, some don't. Obviously, not everyone's it to me. All right, that's totally fine. Not everyone's cup of tea, and it's also not the right situation or goal alignment with everybody. That's totally cool. But I find plenty of women every weekend who are very happy to meet me and have absolutely no problem with my age as well too. So I told him that, look, you have these excuses, and I'm telling you that I'm out here doing it, and it's still working. But the thing is, those excuses and those fears and those things that we come up with to get in our own way, they're just to keep us safe. They're to keep us from getting rejected, because maybe we're afraid that a rejection will validate our sense of worth or whatever. When you know your worth, okay, when you work on a lot of other areas of your life and you make yourself a great person, when you write down compliments that you get from people instead of brushing them off, when you think about how your friends, your family, and the people that you really care about really think of you, when you think about what you've done and accomplished in your life and how you feel about yourself. And if you haven't, go out and do stuff and accomplish things and work on yourself, okay, and be proud of who you are. And even just inherently being a human being, and even being able to have a device to watch YouTube on or whatever. You have so many blessings in your life. Knowing that inherent value, you can't have a rejection knock you off your pedestal, because a rejection, like I said, may be a goal misalignment, or someone who just isn't ready to talk to you, or they may be nervous in a moment, or whatever it may be. Instead of taking things so personally, you can just see things objectively for what they are. The biggest enemy and the biggest killer to your success is you getting in your own way. And I'm asking you, look, life can be tough and life can be hard just as it is. Don't be hard on yourself on top of that. Get the F out of your own way. Remove yourself out of the equation. Put your excuses, put your fears aside, accept them and let them be, and stop giving them so much energy. And instead, try to face those things that are a little uncomfortable. Try to prove your excuses wrong, okay? If you're telling yourself a story and have an excuse that isn't serving you, try to prove it wrong. Try to take action anyway. I'm encouraging you. The biggest takeaway from this video is find something that you have an excuse around, whether it be approaching women or whatever it may be. Find something you have an excuse around or you have a fear of. Make it a very simple task, even just saying hi, and go for it. And you'll see that this fear isn't valid. You'll see that this excuse isn't valid, and you can prove yourself wrong. I've proved all these things wrong. I continue to prove these things wrong. If you need evidence of it, it's fine. But still some guys will just cling to these things so hard because they want to stay safe and in their comfort zone. But I'll tell you what, you're never going to live the quality of life that you want if you're in your comfort zone. Okay, so I hope this is a wake-up call to you guys. Let me know what fear, what excuses and stuff hold you back, if there's anything specific that I could film a topic or a video on. But besides that, get out of your own way. Put those excuses aside and get after the life that you want, because no one is going to do it for you. I'm just here to try to help you and to encourage you to go after it and do it, because I have, the people I work with have, and I know that you can too. I have faith in you. I have love, and I'm wishing you all the success that you can have, all right? So when you're ready, I'll have the next video lined up for you here, and let me know what you thought of the video and any questions that you have for me in the comments below.